Yeah, so I think the concept of treating a disease like osteoarthritis that only affects a few joints and doesn't have major complications outside the joint, the idea of treating it by intra-articular therapy is now well established. And because the pharmacokinetics of the joint, that basically any drug that goes in there gets kicked out immediately, is overcome by gene transfer. And this is the technology we've been developing for some time. And I think most in the field, and certainly judging by the volume of literature, have now bought into the idea that delivering a gene to a joint with a gene that encodes an anti-arthritic product is a logical and practical way to treat the disease. In terms of where the field is currently, there are 3 clinical trials in progress, all in the United States. There's ours, which I think we're going to talk about a little bit later. There's a similar one that's underway that delivers the wild-type version of the gene using a different vector. And then there's a 3rd clinical trial that's underway using an ex vivo approach where allogeneic chondrocytes are used to deliver a gene, actually transforming growth factor beta, to joints with osteoarthritis. And our trial and the other one that uses similar technology to us is in phase 1. And the ex vivo study using chondrocytes that deliver TGF-betas in phase 3. In terms of challenges, I think we now have the concept well established, and we now have technologies that enable us to do what we do. The greatest bottleneck is really getting these clinical trials out of phase 1 and into definitive phase 2 and 3 trials. They're extremely expensive, and there's still some reluctance out there to the concept that you can treat a complex non-genetic disease like osteoarthritis by delivering a single gene. And most people who like gene therapy are used to single gene defects, Mendelian disorders, and the people that treat osteoarthritis are used to dealing with complex diseases, and we're sort of in between the two. So that's one challenge. And also some psychological issues in that the amount of virus we're going to use, or we do use in our clinical trials, is very low. And people doing gene therapy are usually doing systemic gene therapy that uses about 1,000-fold more virus than we use. And that's important because it means that the scale we're doing it, the cost is very much lower. We're not in the league with the Zolgensmas and what have you that cost millions of dollars per shot. We're talking at much, much more inexpensive medicines and with a much higher safety margin because we're only treating a joint, we're not treating the whole body. So I think once we can get over those hurdles, we should be in good shape.